Now, we all know Sir Rod Stewart for his husky voice and big hits, but did you know he also has a big passion for little trains? Sir Rod has spent the last 23 years building an epic model railway, which he unveiled for the first time this week. Well, he's been speaking to the BBC's David Farrell all about it.
Please. Action.
Action! So Rod Stewart, it's a pleasure to chat to you. We're going to talk about one of your passions, Celtic and football, but if we talk about that now, we're going to use up the full 10 minutes, I believe. But one of your other passions that's come to light this week, the model railway, 23 years in the making. Where did this start?
I built a house in Beverly Hills, turn of the century, in the early 90s, and I knew I was going to build this model railway, so top of the house, I built a special huge room, like a big attic. I've always been into trains, always, since I was a kid.
Does it help you switch off?
It really does. It's the finest hobby. It's three-dimensional. It's wonderful. You've got to be a carpenter and everything.
Now, that's not the only tracks that you're making. New album is coming out in the next week. Yeah. You've teamed up with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra for this.
Yeah, I'm not the first one to do it. You remember Elvis has done it. I think Fleetwood Mac have done it. It's all the classic standards that made me, famous over the years, and it just brings out a new light. You stole my soul, but I love you anyway.
You spoke out about your cancer diagnosis.
Yeah.
And what was it that made you want to talk about that after you got the all clear?
Simply to help people. I was doing a show with Ronnie Wood for prostate cancer. And I said to Ronnie, this might be a good place to tell everybody now I've sort of got the all clear. He said, yeah, go ahead and do it, and I'll be right by your side. So I told everybody, and everybody was aghast, that I'd been with it for 2.5 years, and I'd worked all that time, which was very helpful.
Did you at that point think, you know what, I'm going to have to slow down and take it easy?
No, not at all, not at all. It's I love what I do. I know it's going to end one day, but I'm going to make the most of it while I can.
Your other passion, of course, music, model railways and football.
Well, you better put my kids and my family in there so I'll get into trouble.
What comes first? Football?
No, the kids come first. Yeah, absolutely, they really do. All my boys are Celtic supporters, and I've just started a junior Celtic team, under 10s, for my little boy. And they all come out in their hoops and their tracksuits. It gives me so much pleasure.
Just before you go, we've got something for you, because I hear you like to wake up the kids back home in a different manner. You use bagpipes, I believe.
Oh man, that is great.
So we've got your own set of bagpipes, so you can wake the kids up playing it, because you play them a CD, is that right?
I do. I play when they're late for school in the morning. I put a CD on and turn it up.
Well, if you could, I don't know if you played the bagpipes before.
I can make a noise.
Do you want to just have a?
Yeah. Show me how to put them on.
Right. So you need to put it under your arm.
Yeah.
There we go. That's it. Blow into it, and then. We're on a budget when we're buying it, Sir Rod's. So we felt. And then that here, so if you put that into your mouth of the pipe.
Just talk amongst yourselves, will you?
So we don't need to worry about that bit there, but we're going to get this.
I'll put this over here.
Right, okay.
Round here like that.
You could wear it as a scarf, Sir Rod Stewart.
Thanks, man. It's
nice
great.
to meet you. Thank you.
I can't wait to wake the boys up with
that.
this. That's fabulous. Cheers, man.
Thank you.
I'm not sure his musical talents extend to the bagpipes, but definitely worth giving it a go there. Our thanks to Sir Rod Stewart.